Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of Grand Austria Hotel, playing against Leopold. And the only real goof I was able to spot during my editing was that I cheated myself. I forgot to use the ability of this groundkeeper here twice, not once, really twice. So I should definitely allow myself to grab 2 more shilling here accordingly. I think that's only fair. I mean, I paid for the groundkeeper dearly, and I think right now I'm just even. So I didn't even gain some actual money from him. But I guess with that being said, we should be able to move on. We are currently in round 4. I'm the starting player for this round, but because my cafe is fully loaded, so I have no free table whatsoever, I'm not allowed to grab myself another guest from the public display. I believe there is a hotel entrance in, I think, module 3, I guess, where you get an extra table, which sounds amazing actually. But yeah, I'm not playing with any of those expansion modules, maybe in the near future. Anyway, I guess one thing, yeah, I nearly forgot, of course, is to roll the actual die. So let's do that, because I was going to pick a die and then I noticed, okay, there's something wrong. So let's see about that. Again, not a lot of 3s. I mean, okay, no, I prepared some rooms. We have a couple of 6s, that's good. Yeah, some more 4s, that's also amazing. Yeah, interesting stuff. In theory, I should be able to complete a guess now. Yeah, and I think that's what I should do actually. So for my action, I will go for a 2, and again, I have to take more wine than coffee, or at least the same amount. So in this case, I could for both, so a wine and a coffee, but I guess I really need wine. So let's grab 2 wine. Let's put this die onto my round order token. Because I am allowed to place resources I gain directly onto my guess, I'm doing that right now. It's kind of a waste, I guess, but I will spend 1 shilling to send the one last cake onto this guest here. Perfect. So we are able to send this guest into one of our rooms. Therefore, we will score 5 more points, moving us up to 35. Let's occupy the room here. Therefore, we will get a coffee from this guest. We are allowed to place that coffee right onto the guest. This stuff is gone actually. We will get 3 more shilling. 1, 2, 3. This time I will not forget my groundkeeper. I will get 1 more. So this guest has been taken care of. And because we have finished a colored region here on our board, so those 2 count as 1 region, we will also score an immediate 1, 2, 3 Emperor points. Nice. So we should be okay for the end of round 5 now. And yeah, we'll get ourselves a lot of resources, I guess. Cool. I'm not taking any more free actions whatsoever, so we are moving over to Leopold, and this is his card. He will go for a green guest. Right now, there isn't one, so he will go for the guest that gives him the most amount of victory points, which is this opera singer here. So we will reveal a new guest right away. Leopold will score 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And as this was a yellow guest, we are placing the room here in that row. So that's another victory point for Leopold by the end of the game. Let's move back to the automa card here. Leopold will go for the 6. He will get an Emperor point. So let's quickly do that here. And he will start working towards the politics card A here in this case. Good thing is we went there first, so we got the majority of the points, which might help us at the end of the game. And I believe that's pretty much it for his first action, because keep in mind, whoever goes second in a 2-player game will also get the 3rd turn. So let's discard this automa card. Let's draw a new one, and I believe this is pretty bad news. First of all, he will go for a guest that gives him the most amount of victory point, and you must be kidding me. That's the 10. Yeah, that's the 10. That's so incredibly bad. In fact, this guest will give him 13 points in total. But let's deal with this one here first. With a blink of an eye, Leopold was able to catch up with me. We are still placing the occupied room in here. And yeah, keep in mind, this row gives him 3 points for each occupied room there. And he also has this card which gives him another point for each room in his hotel. Occupied room, but again, for Leopold, all of his rooms will be occupied. Wow, that was truly horrible. Let's reveal a new card. I would have really preferred that one here. Next, he will grab die 3. There are no 3s in here, so we'll take the column with where there are the most dice. He will come from the left, so this die is gone too. And yeah, last but not least, Leopold will now complete this politics card Z, which again gives him a hell of a lot of points, right? 550. Oof, you must be kidding me. That's truly insane. But I believe those were all of his actions for this round. I mean, that was brutal enough. Back to me, and I get to choose another guest. And I think we could go here. I could prepare 2 more rooms. Here I could gain a resource of any choice, and here they had to use the old dice symbol because I think it's pretty sure they have tried to put in all of those resources, but in this case this cube showing all 4 colors is the easiest solution. Yeah, I think I need red, but I don't have a lot of prepared rooms, but I guess in this case let's try this red guest here. Doesn't cost us anything. That's at least something. We will reveal a new card. Oh, that's another 5-pointer, and yeah, Leopold will definitely go for him. And then what am I going to do next? I could play another personnel card, and I'm considering this stable master here or so. Which basically gives me 2 money each time I complete the order of a red guest. But money-wise, I'm doing okay. I mean, every money you have at the end of the game is also worth a victory point. But now I'm really considering to pass. So I'm passing now. So in theory, I had to wait until everyone else was passing. Or if all the other players have taken all their 2 actions. This case, we already know that. That's the case for Leopold. So I'm basically next, so I have to remove a die and re-roll the rest. And in theory I could go on like this for ages, but in this case that's not a terrible roll. I mean, I need wine, I also need strudel, so this could be also tasty, but I want to complete the other guest here. And I guess I'm going for the wine. So I will go for this action. I will pay 1 shilling to basically improve that action here. So it's now virtually 3 dice. This goes onto my player board. I get 3 wine and I will place them all onto this guest. Keep in mind, this guest doesn't give me any points, but would allow me to prepare 2 rooms for free. That's amazing. Nothing else I can do, I believe. No, I think that's pretty much the end of the round. So we are already moving into round 5. So at the end of this round we will have another scoring for the Emperor, but right now we are still doing okay, I believe. All the dice come back, and then yeah, of course we will roll them. We will also exchange those 2 round order tokens. And then yeah, wow, look at these 5s. Ooh, 5 5s. You must be kidding me. I mean, even if Leopold goes here, having 4 here is still amazing. I mean, that's an insane roll, so I really have to go here for sure. But Leopold is first. So let's reveal the next Automa card. And I told you, he will score those 5 points. So he will totally grab this guest because he provides him the most amount of victory points. That's 5. So moving up to 55. He's moving the guest into this room here. And again, he doesn't score any extra points or resources when completing this region. That's only true for Leopold. Let's replenish the guest. Oh, that's another green one. Mr. Boydell, amazing. Then he will go, that's wrong, 3 or 4. He will go for a 4 for sure. He will grab 1 more Emperor point, and because this is a golden frame, we are not dealing with this one. C is already completed, so next he would then start working on the politics card, which he didn't have the least amount of progress. That's how I understand. But in this case, we can simply discard it, and then it's our turn. We are not going to grab ourselves a guest because we are, or our tables are full, as I definitely want to fulfill, we can fulfill 2 orders now. I think this works out to be okay. I will go for action 6 here, which means I have to spend another shilling, moving me down to 11. That's still fine. And again, 11 money is 11 victory points at the end of the game. So I will grab this. I will use it to more or less simulate the action 1 here. So this is 1 cake and 1 strudel. Keep in mind, more or equal to strudel, so we cannot have more cake than you get strudel. I will immediately place those resources on there, so we have completed 2 guests. I mean, that's pretty cool. Doesn't really matter, I believe, or does it? Yes, it does. I will go for this guest here first. So doesn't give us any victory points, but again, we can complete, or rather occupy a room. Let's simply go for, I don't know, doesn't matter. Go for this one here. We get 1 shilling for that because of our groundkeeper. I really hope I'm not forgetting this video. It's really crucial, and it's victory points. And again, this whatever general manager or whatever gives us the ability to prepare 2 more rooms now for free. It's basically an action. It's also money, but let's not worry about the money too much. So I will go in here, and I will also prepare this room here for now, right? Does it matter too much? Yeah, let's prepare those 2 rooms. That's still perfectly fine. So we have dealt with this guest. He's out of here. We still have another guest. This guy down here, the conductor, gives us 1 more emperor point. So I have dealt with that off camera. And he allows us, so first of all, we have to move him in. So let's simply move him into this room here. It was a green guest, so he can go anywhere. We have completed a blue region up there. Unfortunately, only a region of 1 space, which is still an additional 2 points. Because we completed a room, we get an additional shilling for that. And again, we can now close off another room with this ability without sending a guest in there. And I think let's simply go for 1 of those. Doesn't really matter too much. Therefore, we will get an additional shilling here accordingly. Amazing stuff. So this guest is out of here too. So I think that was a pretty satisfying turn actually. And it's still our turn, and now we could consider going for some more guests. And I'm somewhat tempted to go for maybe the yellow one here. Or should we simply go for a guest which gives us points actually? And right now that's the highest scoring one. The next could come up, could be another 10 or a 7. But I think for now, let's go for Magister Ferdinand here. Magistrate Ferdinand, I don't know. We have to spend 1 shilling for that. We will replenish. Yeah, of course, it's another 7. We know, I mean, if that depends now a little bit. Not every time he goes for the highest scoring one. So let's say he goes for a green guest, Leopold, then yeah, in this case, he would go for the highest scoring green one. Yeah, this was our free guest. And again, down here, that's simply amazing. We have to go for it. So we will go for this action here. So this gives us discount of 5. We will definitely play the receptionist here, which is an end game scoring one, giving us 1 point for pretty much every room prepared or occupied or unoccupied by the end of the game. So this will definitely help us more or less balancing out the scales for the maid that Leopold got. So for us, this definitely helps. And this was our second action. I believe we are not doing anything else. No, but okay. I think we are doing okay so far. Then it's the second and last action of Leopold. We are drawing ourselves our next card. And here I'm really happy actually that we are seeing some golden bordered actions here. So, but yeah. It did happen. Leopold wants a red guest. Right now, there is not a red guest, so he will go for the highest scoring one, which is the 7 here, the photographer, of course. So this will give him an additional 7 points. We will reveal right of the bat, another 5-pointer. This was a yellow guest, so this goes in here. Again, we'll also score him 2 more points at the end, or 3 more points because of the mate. Next, he will go for dice 2, but couldn't care less. But here, he will score an additional 2 emperor points, bringing him up to the maximum in theory. So every time you are moving basically past that track here, you are getting 1 victory point right off the bat. But again, this space alone gives him 9. But we will deal with that pretty much now because we are at the end of the round. So again, first of all, we are checking, do we get victory points? Yes, we do. So we are moving to 44. He gets 9 more points, moving him to 71. Then we are moving back, and this time it's 5 steps already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next time we are moving back 7 steps. So this is really a risk moving into the blacks here. And then again, only for us, we see, yes, we are still in the yellow. So we will get a bonus, which means we get 1 resource each. And again, every time we are getting those resources, we can place them onto our guests. And that's definitely what we are going to do. Again, every resource we have at the end of the game is still another victory point. So nothing is lost here. And I guess that's pretty much the end of the 5th round. So 2 more to go, and I will definitely continue playing now until the bitter end. I think the pace has increased accordingly. All the dice are moving back. We will exchange those round order tiles, and then we will roll the heck out of those dice. Okay, 6s, more 5s, a lot of, oh wow, really a lot of 4s now. And good that I'm the first player. I really have to go for the 4 now. I think that goes without saying. Again, I'm first and I have to make the call if I want another guest or not. Keep in mind, every guest you have at the end of the game in your cafe costs you 5 points. That's something you really want to avoid. I mean, right now, I should be really okay. But what do I need? I have a red, I think I need another yellow guest, actually. So we may want to go for this composer. Yep, this costs us an additional... We could also go for the 5-pointer here, just to take it away. Yeah, let's do that. So I give that back. I will go for the 5-pointer. This costs us $1, $2, $3 instead, but that's still okay, I believe. So if now a lower scoring one comes out here, okay, that's kind of a gain at least. But he's more difficult to get. But okay, we should be good. No, we should be good. I'm cautiously optimistic here. And then yeah, we definitely have to go for a die. And in this case, we will go for the 4. Again, we can go for any combination here. I will most certainly go for the Emperor points because I think I should have enough money. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going back 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's just enough getting the bonus, and that's another 8 points at the end of the game. I mean, that's still amazing. Because we have taken a die with a value 4, we will get 1, 2, 3, 4 more points, and I keep forgetting what it was. The washer, exactly. She gives us this amazing ability here. Cool stuff. I could still, let's do that. Place another guest into one of my rooms. Oh, do I want to do that just now? I mean, I could go for this red room, but then I think I need this red room here. This needs to go in a yellow or a blue room here. Because again, I want to complete those 2 rows here too. That's really important. Oh boy. No, I think I'm not going to do that just yet. I think I need to prepare those rooms before I do that. And then I'm pretty much okay doing anything I want. Yeah, let's not do that yet. So we are moving over to Leopold. And again, he's going for the highest scoring guest. Now I'm really happy I have taken the 5-pointer array. It could come back to bite me. I still have to place this guest into my hotel. But let's see about this. So he will score 3 more points, bringing him up to 74. This was a red guest who needs to go in here. Another 2 points or 3 points again because of the washer. And now for him it's the maid actually. Then he will grab a die, 4 or 5. He will come from the left, so he will take the 4 away. And then he will not trigger this one, that's good, but he will start working on the final politics card. That's really something I have to take care of. Problem is he is next, but I think he will not work twice on this per card. Let's hope so. Anyway, Leopold is next again. He will grab a blue guest. That's okay by me, because there's exactly one blue guest out, which doesn't give him any immediate victory points. So that's kind of okay. But again, keep in mind, he will still score those points. We will go in this order here. So far he didn't score any of those points, but I believe that's how the game was designed to be, that he's not getting all of those. With green, yes, he might be able to get those, but with the normal colors, again, a very clever design in my mind. I think we still have to replenish. It's another blue guest. Can we use? No, I think we can't take anyone right now. He would go for die 1. There aren't any dice with a 1, so he will go for the highest one, which is another 5. And we are not triggering this one here. That definitely helps. So yeah, I think those were the 2 actions of Leopold for the 6th round. It's me next again. I cannot take any more guests. My cafe is fully loaded. And in theory, I have everything I need to prepare my 2 final rooms. The question is, do I want to pass now or not? I mean, I could basically spend a shilling, a buck to make this a 3, or could basically spend a buck to make this a 3. I think let's not risk it. Let's not do that. I mean, the final round will be pretty close anyway. So I will rather spend a shilling to make this 2 3s here, which again allows me to prepare 2 rooms. I will go for this room and this room here, of course. I have to spend 1-2 more shilling to do that, and now I think I'm now allowed to basically place this guest into my hotel room. So I think let's simply do that. So this strudel goes away. We will not score any more points. That's definitely a bummer. We will go for this room here, of course. This gives us 1 more shilling because, again, of our groundkeeper here. We will be allowed to draw 3 more personnel cards. So let's look at those. And all of those are rubbish at this point in time. They're great to have when you start the game, but they're totally rubbish when you basically running towards the end. This gives you an additional 5 5s. 2 5s when you take the 5 actions or higher personnel. Here we get a buck when we complete a yellow table, and preparing yellow room doesn't cost you any money. That's insanely good if you get the florist earlier in the game, but right now, yeah, I don't think so. But okay, I will take those cards anyway. You're not suffering any penalties for having too many cards in your hand. But let's not forget, we have completed a region, the red region here, consisting of 4 rooms, which gives us 10 more bucks pretty much, and that's 10 more victory points at the end of the game. So that definitely did help a lot, actually. And I guess... oh, what did I do wrong? No, I think that's wrong. These should be prepared. Oh, I was just shocked for a second. No, of course, these are not ready just yet, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have been able to claim the next politics card. But anyway, I take that. And I guess that's the end of the round. Yeah, in theory, I could still move some resources off, but I don't think I have to do that. And here, I'm not really sure if I will be able to make it. I have 2 more dice in theory, and I have the cake. It could work, but it's awfully close. Let's move into the final round of the game. All the dice come back one final time. We are replacing those tokens or exchanging those tokens, and there you go, we are rolling. So Leopold is first and last in this round, so I'm not sure if I like this a lot. Okay, these again are a hell of a lot of 5s. We have the 2s we need, the 1s we need. We have some 4s, which could be points, but I think, man, we are playing on the easiest difficulty level, and I'm still so far behind. This is frustrating. Anyway, let's see what Leopold does. And he's not going through all of the cards. I didn't really count those through accordingly. He will go for a yellow guest first, which works for me actually. So he will only, quote unquote, score 1 point. So he's moving to the 75. So he gets this token underneath it. Okay. Yeah, I think you should really hand it out to the user. But I really like them close to the victory point marker. Everything will slide down. I'm pretty sure we are not taking any more guests, so he could be another 4-pointer for Leopold. And actually this 10-pointer was really our biggest problem right now. Let's say this would have been a 3-pointer or a 4-pointer, he would be 6 points back. It did what it did. He will grab die 4. He will move 2 spaces further on the Emperor track. We are not triggering this one here because it's a silver frame. So I think that was pretty okay actually. And then it's our 2 final turns of the game actually. And is it problematic or is it? I think we are good. I think we are really good. We are not going for a guest. We need exactly 1 more wine. That's all we need. So let's go for this wine. We don't need 1 more because I could spend $1, but we would gain $1 to, or we would spend $1 to gain a victory point. So it doesn't really help us in this case. So this die is gone. And did I mess this up just now? I think I did. I had a green guest, right? This fella here. And I sent him to the wrong room. That was a bummer. That was a problem. Allow me to take that one back because otherwise this would be a major concern. So I went for this. So I'm not completed this room just yet. Otherwise my whole plan would collapse. So really nothing bad did happen at this point in time. Everything, I will take the 10 points here back for sure because I have not yet completed this section. In this case I would have went for whatever, a yellow room for example. Allow me this to take back. Otherwise, things would be horrible. I think I'm okay. Oh, no. I think... Oh, that's bad. Problem is my camera in between had some problems. And this is why I think I messed this one up. Oh, boy. I really hope I think at that point in time, I had those rooms. And maybe because I flipped them both, this kind of confused me. So really... I really hope that's okay. So we will place this wine that we just got onto this. So this guest has been dealt with already. So now we are moving this guy into this room here. Now we are getting the 10 things or the 10 money back. We will score the 3 victory points and the 3 points for the Emperor. Oh boy, I really hope I haven't messed this up. So this has taken care of this guest here. The wine goes. Then it's our second and last action. And I really need to go for this one. I need 1 strudel. Oops, 1 strudel and 1 cake, which is exactly what I'm allowed to take. Those 2 will go in here. I will have to spend 1 to send the second cake in here. So we have also completed this one here. So in total, and I think I should have gained $1 for that. So let's do that here too before closing off that room. So I will now sign off this second room here. So this gives me an additional shilling. In total, we will get 5 plus 2 points now because we are already maxed out on the Emperor track. So again, that's 5 points for the guest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more points we are jumping off. I think I get it every time I'm moving past that. I have to check that. Maybe I only get 1 now. Doesn't really happen too often to me. Okay, that has I think we still get 1 more. I think we cannot play here. Doesn't really help us. I think when I get 6s, I don't pay for that. That's a cool one. But this guest is done. We have completed 2 rows in our hotel. And again, I really hope I haven't messed this up. But this allows me to complete this politics card here, giving us another 15 points. 68 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So at least we are somewhat close to Leopold here. Again, unless I messed this one up big time. But we are still getting some points for money and our final resource. So I think overall we are okay. And then, yeah, we are moving to the last action for Leopold that round. And I think, at least guest-wise, we are okay. He's grabbing this guest. Doesn't really give him any points, so we should slide. I think it doesn't. Does it matter? No, I think it does not. So So he's not getting any immediate points for that. Of course, he will also complete the rows, but again, he will score those politics cards differently than we do. I do not really care about the dice. He will go for the 5. This one does matter. This one he doesn't do because it's a silver frame, but he will play an additional card to gain some more end of game scoring, and the end of game is here now. And the lift boy, I think we kind of dodged the bullet here, gives you 5 points for each column that you have completed, and right now he only completed 1 complete column. So I think that was, I guess, could be called lucky to some extent at least. But I guess that's the end of the game. We will still do the final scoring in respect to the Kaiser track or the Emperor. And I really don't know how this is properly translated now for this one. So we are getting 9 points. So that's pretty cool actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I know math. We will also get our 75 point, but I think I will better keep it next to me actually. He will get 6 points. So he's now, oops, come on. Yeah, that's the problem. At 81 points in total. Then we are all moving back 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But again, for him doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also doesn't matter. We get the bonus, that's an additional 8 points, so we are moving to 15, so 90 points in total. So this did help us here to some extent. And now we are basically doing the final scoring for Leopold. That's relatively straightforward, but he will really score a ton of points here. So he will get 4 points, 5 points, 10 points, and you get the idea. And then we are also scoring those cards here. I will do that math now off camera because that's pretty embarrassing. So he landed up on 49 plus the 75, but again, I will see where we are right now. And so I already scored basically everything, all these 2 cards, 5 points. He got 13 points out of that mate here. That's pretty insane, and also a hell of a lot of points for his occupied rooms. For us, it's pretty much the same. So it's 5 points here, 10 points there. That's okay. So that's 15 points in total. Because we have the receptionist here, that's an additional 10 points. So we are getting 25 points for basically our rooms and our end of game scoring cards, bringing us 20, 30 and 40. And I think we may have made it. We are not done yet. We still get 19 points for our money. Bam, bam, and 1 more point for our coffee. Wow, okay, that's insane. So on easy mode, Leopold seems to be beatable. Again, unless I really messed up that little switcheroo in my hotel here. I really hope I didn't. Anyway, I mean, it was clear what I was going for. So please let me apologize for that. Really, truly sorry for that taking backseats. But again, was the first time for me playing against Leopold, and playing this on camera is always terrible. So I really hope you are okay with that. And yeah, that's pretty much how you play Grand Austria Hotel using the solo mode and you playing it on the easiest level. So we really have missed out a lot of points. So let's just take this last card here. If he would have basically scored this would have been 2 more points. All those one, he would have continued working on that apolitics card. Let's just go for the silver ones here. This would have been 2 more points that he missed basically throughout the game. Here he would have taken another guest back then, which would definitely have given him some more points. And here he would have also, I'm pretty sure when playing on silver, we would have completed at least 1 more politics card worth 10 more points easily, plus the additional guess and politics and the emperor points here accordingly. So I think on the silver level of difficulty, things could be already pretty challenging, but that's only me. I really don't know what I'm doing here. I'm not really good playing this game, but I already felt that this easy mode was pretty challenging for me. at least. I could imagine if I now continue playing this, then yes, you will definitely strive for the medium difficulty level. And then again, we haven't even touched one of those expansions, so these specialized hotel entrances or the ballrooms and whatnot. So there's still a lot to explore with the solo mode. And again, I must say, it's amazingly designed. I mean, I like these automa cards that are easy to follow, and that's perfectly the case here with the Leopold deck. I'm pretty sure that playing with Elizabeth is not so different. Yes, she will focus on some of the other actions, because again, she will then focus on modules 1 and 2, obviously, but I think apart from that, should be a pretty similar experience from the complexity of those AI cards, that is. Anyway, huge shout out to all of my patrons. Really do appreciate all your support. You will find a link to my page on Patreon. If you want to support the show, you can join my community here on YouTube. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, everything helps. And yeah, really hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.